दुर्योधन नहीं सॉरी युधिष्ठिर नहीं दुशासन सुनो. This is your sign, this is your indication. I would forget the names of people in real life. She was no more a daughter, no more a lover. I couldn't do it. I felt it was impossible. I'm good. I don't think that's my cup of tea. You will have to read the novel for that. Hi all you beautiful souls, this is Rishvika and welcome to Minding Ways. Now you can already tell by the energy and of course by the title itself that I have some great amazing news to share with you guys. It's my first novel, my debut novel, Draupadi's 13 Relations, The Lotus. Okay, so no points for guessing. This book is about Draupadi and I have put my heart and soul. I know I've said that a lot of times. If you follow me on Instagram, I have been saying this continuously, but really I do mean it. I have put my heart and soul into this novel. So this book writing journey was an amazing journey. It gave me so much of confidence and I really needed this to boost me, to boost my personality. At least I believe that way. I consider myself to be more confident. So that is one thing. If someone would have said me this a year ago, actually my father did say me, you should write a novel, you should do something. You already write poetry and articles, but you should write a novel. And I used to nod and say okay, yeah, but inside I used to get a little irritated because I knew I couldn't do it. I felt it was impossible. And if someone would have said me that, what, Rishvika, in order to write a novel you will have to give 6 to 7 hours of sitting continuously, and I would have said I'm good. I don't think that's my cup of tea. I can't do that. But actually, I did do that, and so I can't say shocked, and it surprised me. So I used to write continuously for 6 to 7 hours. Now, when I say write, you know what I mean, type. And when I would get up, I would say, oh, it has been this, itne baj gaye, itne pages likh liye. Even it was hard for me to believe, because when I was in that journey, when I was in that zone of writing, I wouldn't take a look on time, I wouldn't take a look on how many pages I've written. So once you dwell into something you love doing, you lose count of time, you lose count of content in the way quantity. I mean, how much pages have you written, how many paragraphs have you written. So majority of the day I would spend writing, and when I was not writing, I would be thinking about writing. I would be thinking about my novel, I would be thinking about the contents. And I'm not even kidding, there used to be stanzas when I would say Duryodhan nahi sorry Yudhishthir nahi Dushasan suno. I would forget the names of people in real life, and I was fully occupied 24/7. I would be occupied by the characters of my novel. So even in my sleep I would be dreaming about Draupadi, about the content. And I'm not even lying, I said that before, but actually I'm not even lying, I'm not even kidding. In my sleep, many of the content of my book are from my dream. Now don't take it off, फिर तो ऐसे ही होगा. But seriously, when I was asleep I used to get chunks of ideas, and then after waking up I would quickly jot it down that okay, I have to work on this, and this is an amazing idea, this is a fabulous idea. And now if you ask me why I chose, I know this video is going to be a little here and there, kabhi kuch bol rahe, kabhi kuch, but then I'm just keeping the video authentic. I'm keeping the video as it is, the way I'm feeling, the way my thoughts are all inside my head. So I'm keeping it very genuine, because there are so many other videos who will tell you how to publish a book, how to write a book, how was their experience. So, and they are way more experienced than me in terms of experience, but I will keep it as genuine as I can, because I want it to be relatable, for you to feel she's one of us. If she can do it, so can we. So yes, I wrote about Draupadi because it's actually a very short story, not that short of a story, but okay. So I wrote an article about Draupadi in contemporary times, how every woman is a Draupadi, how there are so many Dhritarashtra who turn a blind eye when a woman is being physically abused in public, in the public buses, on the streets. So I compared that to Draupadi, and the other characters, Dhritarashtra, Duryodhan, Dushasan. So I showed this article to my father. He said, okay, we will do something about it. We will put it on website, or we will send it somewhere. But before that, I want you to write a novel. I said, no, I can't do it. Don't worry about where it will take you, how you will end up, but at least try. And before that, it's very important for you to set a deadline. I said, okay, we'll give it a shot. And because I just wrote an article about Draupadi, I was very clear that, you know what, I will write the novel about Draupadi. I didn't have much of confusion of the topic, so I just started writing it. And that was that moment. And then I have sent my book for publishing. It was just like this. To be very honest, and I don't know what, it gave me something inside me that made me feel so confident that, you know what, I can do something. I believe it was integrity or self-confidence, I don't know what, but whatever it was, this journey gave me something that made me more confident in the terms that, you know what, I can do something. I don't give up. This writing a novel is a huge commitment. At least I believe that it is a huge commitment. Once you start it and then you complete it, it's just commitment. That's all I can say. So that gave me the feeling that, Rishvika, you know what, you don't give up. So now, even in some, I'll give you this one incident. I was working out and I was so tired that I don't want to work out anymore. But then I said, Rishvika, don't give up. You know you don't give up. You have written a novel. So now in every other action, I remind myself of this novel that, Rishvika, you did it. You did something. You wrote a novel. So you can do this as well. And if you want a detailed video on how to get your book published, or how to create the cover, how to get resources, well, do let me know. You can either DM me on Instagram or comment here, and I will make a detailed video on that. Now, a little message for you. If you want to start writing, if you want to get your novel published, then I will say, don't overthink it. Really, don't overthink it. Set a deadline. Maybe you won't finish your novel at deadline, and there are huge chances it didn't happen with me. I set a deadline, but my half of the novel was remaining till that time. Now don't think that, okay, deadline ले लिया है, मैं उससे भी ज़्यादा time लगा लूँगी लिखने के लिए. No, starting में ऐसा मत सोचिए. So set a deadline for you and try your best to complete your novel within that time. Now if you are watching this video and you really want to write a novel, then I can say this 100% कि बहुत time से you will be having this vague idea inside your head, at the back of your head. वेग नहीं तो क्या पता प्रॉपर आइडिया भी हो, बट यू विल बी हैविंग एन आइडिया कि किस टॉपिक पर लिखना है, किसके बारे में लिखना है. फिक्शन होगा तो यू विल बी हैविंग अ रफ प्लॉट कि यू नो आई हैव टू वर्क ऑन दैट. सो जस्ट डू इट. डोंट ओवरथिंक इट कि वो परफेक्ट है कि नहीं है. परफेक्शन, इफ यू वेट फॉर परफेक्शन, इट विल नेवर हैपन. यू जस्ट you grow, you evolve throughout the journey. हमारी first book में I'm sure there are many mistakes, and I will improve that in my next novel, which of course yes, I'm working on that. So you will improve that, but पहले से ही सोचो कि नहीं हमें तो perfect लिखना है. It is never going to happen. Actually, you are giving yourself an excuse to not start. Oh my god. So you are actually giving yourself an excuse by the name perfection. So that being said, after my book was published, we had a book launch, and I really want to thank my father. It was such a beautiful event, and my father was busy the whole day preparing for the event, and I delivered a little speech kind of thing in that event, and I actually cried before the speech. I was so overwhelmed. I started crying, but then I put myself together, and then I delivered the whole speech about my novel.
पब्लिक प्लेसेस में जाएंगे, किसी के साथ भी कुछ भी गलत हो रहा है, सब धृतराष्ट्र बन जाएंगे, कोई देखेगा नहीं, सारे.
Now, if you want to see the glimpses of the book launch, again follow me on Instagram, Rishvika_Tripathi. So this journey was not only beautiful, but now I think it was necessary for me. It was necessary for my personality. It was necessary for my inner growth. It was necessary for my writing skills. Through this writing process, you don't only get self-confidence, you get discipline, you get integrity, you get that feeling of never giving up. Yes, I think if you start writing the novel, if you start this journey of writing a novel, you will get so many beautiful experience that I can't put into words. You will just experience it. So I will suggest you, if you have been thinking about writing a novel, now is the time. This is your sign, this is your indication. Just start it. Now I would suggest you to please read this book. I have done a lot of research for writing this book. The book is available on Amazon, Flipkart and the site of Notion Press. The links will be available on description, so you can go there, buy it, and don't forget to drop your reviews. I have always been against these rules that hamper females' freedom, and I always blamed men for it. But now that I see men as victims of it too, I wonder who is really responsible then. Now, who said this to whom? You will have to read the novel for that. Amba realized that she was no more a daughter, no more a lover, a mere prize. You know, when I'm reading these lines, it reminds me of the time when I was writing those lines. Destroyer of evil was born with love in her eyes. Destroyer of evil was born with love in her eyes. The fire made her a blessing, but curse became her cries. Now, if we talk about the cover of my book, I have this. First of all, the golden one is because she was a queen, so that is why I used the golden touch. And the background is black because she was born out of fire and her skin was dark in complexion, so dark. And the other thing this black symbolizes for me is that black is a symbol of something that has no limit to it, something that goes on and on and on. It has no limit. It signifies depth, it signifies mystery. So those are some qualities of not just Draupadi but this entire book. And what are those 13 relations? Well, you will have to read the book for that. And the Lotus, I will leave it up to you. You mention me in the comment, why is the subtitle the Lotus? Is Draupadi the Lotus? If she is, then why? And many people said me, I don't know, I didn't do it deliberately, but I have heard it from so many people that, you know what, this girl somewhere looks like you. Does she? I don't know, but yeah, I have heard this observation from so many people that this girl somewhat looks like you. So was that a deliberate effort? No. So yes, I know this whole video was here and there, but that is how I feel right now, here and there. And I am working on my next book. So yeah, fingers crossed that it will be really good and you guys will enjoy it. Please show your love for my book, for me. Show your support through your reviews by purchasing this book. Again, it is available on Amazon, Flipkart, Notion Press site, and you can follow me on Instagram. The links will be in description. And all the best for your writing as well. Stay blessed.